Hello everyone, Bucky here and welcome back to the Nine Realms here in Aska, where we are going to take on the most ambitious and dangerous build I've ever attempted, a Jotun blood farm in the shadow of the large spire. If we're going to have any chance of survival, we're going to need skilled fighters, stronger weapons, better armor, and no small amount of luck. Also, this video is releasing the day after I hit 2,000 subs, so stay tuned for something special at the end. For now, let's get started. Okay, so the very first thing we need for our campaign against the large spire are weapons. Now, I have put in the request for 3 one-handed battle axes for my metalworkers to craft. I'm not going to do that myself, it will take too long. But what I am going to make myself is something I've been promising, I think, since episode 1. I'm finally going to make a shield. So we have several choices. The crude round shield is immediately a nope. It only has 200 durability and for some reason costs more than the 300 durability wooden heater shield. For 2 more wood shafts and a couple more leather scraps, we can get the Norman shield with 400 durability, and that's the one I'm going to go with, mainly because the tower shield is only 40 more durability. It doesn't cost much more, only a leather scrap by the looks of things, but it is massive and I do not like how bulky it looks. So we'll roll with the Norman shield because to me it looks cooler and that's all that matters. I wish it wasn't, I wish it didn't face that way, but it does look really, really cool and it's definitely going to help us out as we lead the charge towards the large spire. A couple more things I'm doing to prepare for our offensive. I am upgrading the Eye of Odin to level 2. And that will allow us a larger militia of people to join us. Speaking of, do we have... Yeah, we can assign Zelda. We don't have anyone working the water runestone right now, so she probably won't get too much skill before we head out later tonight. But that's okay. She'll have an iron axe and a mean attitude, and that's almost everything you need. Well, that's good timing. Our market worker is currently dropping off a shipment of large stone. That'll save me a tiny bit of travel time while we finish off the Eye of Odin upgrade. There it is. Okay, so in here, we'll come under the militia. We will find Zelda. What is default, by the way? What is it defaulting to? Absolute madness. Oh, we got a wandering wight over here. This has been happening a lot, actually, and I think it's because we have a lot of activity over here by the tree line now, so we definitely need to think about getting a wall up, probably in the next episode. This one, I have far too much to do. But yeah, sometime soon, we do need to have a wall up and some defensive towers. Oh, would you look at that? That one dropped the Jotun blood, and that is why we're doing the Jotun farm today. I'm taking this as an absolute sign that this is the right plan for the episode, the right plan for the series moving forward. Confirmed with another Jotun blood drop. Another one. Yes, you've shown me the signs. I'm accepting the signs. This is going to be good. Ah, well, you can't have it all. How many Jotun blood do I have? Actually, I have 4 Jotun blood. We are 1 short of the magic number needed to summon 1 more villager. I wonder, we have no more corpses nearby. Do I have a cheeky Jotun deposit nearby? Oh, we have a wandering wight, another wandering wight. Will they drop one? No, they won't. Ooh, but we do have one of those smaller Jotun shards. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it and hope that I don't anger a jumpy boy. Ooh, angered a wight. Back away. Give me my Jotun shard. And I'm out of here. I'm leaving. He can stumble his way back home. Okay, with our 5th cheeky Jotun shard, let's go ahead and summon another villager. We are doing a lot of summoning lately. We'll go with the Bear Power Night Shadow. This guy, Gustav, might be a fantastic warrior. He'll come with extra strength, and then with a little bit of training to go with it, should be off to the races. What's your skill at right now? Range combat 25. Okay, she's capped out. That is really, really good. She's only been training since 9 a.m. or something, just the daytime, and she's already capped out maximum that she can get from the level 1 archery range. We have another wight attacking our bloody warehouse. This is why we need a wall, and this is why we need to suppress the large spire. We need to stop them from coming over here in the first place, and we need protections against the ones who do come over here anyway. What the heck was she shooting at? I feel like she might have lied on her resume, guys. I mean, need I say more? Okay, before I was distracted with the wights, we were moving our archer from the archery range over to the watchtower here. And she can help keep these bloody smokers in check because holy potato, are there a lot of them, and apparently my hunter isn't keeping up. Now, while we wait for nightfall and the possibility of a blood moon, I want to finish off this cottage just because we are summoning a lot more villagers and they all need a place to sleep. By the time we're done here, it should be evening time and we'll know if we're getting a blood moon or not. And if we don't get a blood moon, we'll head to the spire and take it out tonight. If we do get a blood moon, we will obviously, you know, deal with the blood moon first and then go to the spire afterwards. I'm taking a quick cheeky nap. Obviously it's 9:30, we might get a blood moon in about half hour and I want that rested stamina buff in the event that we do any second now. What did I say? I can smell a blood moon a mile away. Right then, let's go deal with it. Again, with the luckiest looting I've ever had. We got 5 Jotun blood from the corpse cleanup. Ooh, bear power along with mighty vigor. Hannah here is going to hit like a truck. And I just hit my microphone. Okay, it is dawn and it's time to get the last pieces of our campaign against the spire in order. The first thing I want to do is double check our warrior loadouts and I want to make sure everyone is set as a skirmisher. That way, they will prefer to use one-handed weapons. This is a fully one-handed weapon playthrough, and I have been neglecting to set my warriors up like this. Now, let's grab those weapons, hopefully. Hopefully, they've been forged. Oh, they have. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Look at that. 3 beautiful, brand new, one-handed battle axes. This is going to be so good. Okay, so Linnea, I'm going to have to take your bronze battle axe and your Draugr greatsword. There you go. Zelda, same with you. Give me your wooden stick and you can have a nice iron axe in return. Wait, where's Ori? Ori, you complete slacker. Get your ass back here. We got a spire to clear. Okay, a very last thing before we go on our campaign. And I know I've said that like 3 or 4 times now, but seriously, last thing, I want to get a healer's hut up for obvious reasons. Oh my goodness, out of the frying pan and immediately notified about an incoming fire. The winter invasion has just been announced. For now, I took an absolute walloping from those followers. They really hurt. So I'm just going to go grab as much garlic and onion as I can, because naturally that is the only remedy for being sliced open multiple times. And then I'll spend the rest of the day and night harvesting up all the bodies to kind of get an idea of Jotun blood yields. And for anyone still sort of like fuzzy about where the Jotun blood farm comes from, no, I'm not talking about the Jotun bloods that are dropped by whites, because that is inconsistent at best. I'm talking about farming the followers, because look at this. You will always get one Jotun blood when you harvest up one of the followers, and you can even get two, and sometimes if you're super lucky you can get up to 3 Jotun bloods per follower harvested. The one immediate downside, the thing that I'm kind of just seeing or realizing, I guess for the first time, is there's not a lot of room to build within the large spire itself. We have a lot of these twisted root-like structures, and we're going to need walls, we're going to need housing, defensive structures, barracks, towers, and all that stuff too. So I don't think we're going to fit all that in this sort of like red gooey area. So I'm gonna have to come up with a slight alternative to the outpost placement. I wanted it to be super close to the spire core. We'll just have to adapt a little bit. Also, I just want to point out and appreciate how fast those whites respawn. That was less than a day, people. Less than a day. This farm is going to be mental. Whew, boy, that was a really long night, but I spent the entire night harvesting all of the bodies, and look at all this Jotun blood we got. Actually, I think I started with 5, but still, look at all this Jotun blood we got from just one night. That is insane. Anyway, throughout the night, I've been thinking about where to put our outpost, and I was kind of fond of this idea since it's all hardwood that we could clear out and then ship back to New Asgard, but then I thought that's just going to take too long to clear it out. So rather, I was thinking about here, and then we could build a road going all the way to Nithafeklik and down here through the clearing to New Asgard, and that is going to be really helpful for our logistics. It also avoids these southern spawns of the large spire, because right now we will be establishing in the north, so we won't be able to clear the whole spire at any given time, not yet at least. So yeah, I think that is the play. I think that is the smartest way to start this really aggressive, really ambitious build. I am bringing with me some lessons learned from building Nithafeklik, which are firstly those logistics I just mentioned. Starting on the new road soon, now today even, is a must to help speed up the many trips my villagers and I will be taking back and forth. And speaking of villagers, we need more, lots more. Hopefully once with combat perks, bear strength, mighty vigor, that sort of thing, and a couple of archers would be lovely. And so the game naturally hears my prayer and is like, no, I'm not going to help. Okay, let's head back to the staging area and we'll put down a road on our way. Now, I am going to put it on this side of the clearing away from the spire. I don't want any of my traveling villagers to aggro a white or Odin forbid a jumpy boy. So with the road on this side, it would encourage the villagers. Hopefully, it will encourage the villagers to walk on this side of the clearing where they will be a lot safer. Ooh, we have a Fenmar spawn here. That's going to be super helpful. We can farm them for the leather. That would go a long way towards making better armor, which these guys certainly will be needing. How are we looking? I think that's about spot on. I think this will be the end of the line. And so let's come into our settlement menu, grab outpost, and put it down. Or rather, clear out the local berries and other crap, and then put it down. I really have to start playing with the UI on more. I have no idea if this is a bear, a smoker, or some wolves. Well, it's either a wolves or a bear because we have an invasion spawner. So I guess we have to run all the way over there and check it out. And this is why we need a road. It is a wolf pack. It's our second wolf pack of the series. I believe there's only 4 or 5 of them. Ow! The devs still need to tweak the behavior of the animal. They're attacking a stone rather than a couple of fleshy, yummy, delicious looking wheels. Was that it? I didn't hear the alarm go off again saying that they're leaving. That was just a villager arriving. That means we might have a rogue wolf somewhere, but I don't see it. So I guess it can't possibly become a problem, right? Okay, so that was probably the notification of the wolves, or whatever wolves were left, leaving the village, which is fine. We got 5 of them down. That is a lot of leather, and that's going to be really helpful because with that we can start making the heavy linen armor, and that is going to be super useful for myself, first of all, obviously, but also for our warriors that will be stationed up in the new outpost. Okay, outpost is almost done, just needs 1 long stick. Let's grab another villager while we're right here. Nothing I was hoping for. Hopefully one of those hidden perks will be something combat related. Over here at the leather worker, let's hang up these leather hides, and then once they're cured, we'll be able to make ourselves the heavy linen chest piece, maybe some pants, we'll see, but chest piece for myself and those warriors, absolute must. And that's really all I can do for now. Like I said, I want to get as much of the road up and running as I can, and so let me just do a jump cut while it's nighttime, and I'll see you in the morning. They are back already. The jumpy boys are back already. It's been about a day and a half. Yeah, whoa, gotta watch out for that. Oh yeah, we have to get this up and running a lot faster than I thought. We need to get warriors out here as soon as possible. Again, there is the reason we're doing this. 2 Jotun bloods from 1 jumpy boy, and that is going to happen so much. Okay, let's finish this outpost and start assigning people here and building up those defenses. And there it is. Outpost number 2 is down. I'm going to go ahead and call this one, I'm going to call this one Jotunheim because of all the Jotun blood we will be getting from here. Although, actually, if you guys know the Norse, Viking, Scandinavian word for farm, let me know in the comments, and then we could possibly rename it Jotun, you know, whatever that word is, which might make a little bit more sense. Next up, we're going to put down a cottage, obviously, so we can assign people to live and work out here. Looks like I have a little bit of tree cutting to do first. While my villagers continue work on the cottage, I kind of feel the need to keep killing the jumpy boys and the whites that are spawning, because if they're coming over here before we have warriors or archers out here, they are going to wreck everything before we even get it off the ground. Can I get off the ground, please? Also, I am very happy with my choice of the shield, because that swipey swipe attack, it is constant. It will go 4, 6, 8 times or so in a row, but if you hold the block down, you'll eventually block and then stagger the jumpy boy, which will cancel that combat animation. If you don't block it or have the ability to block it, you will take a heck of a lot of damage. I got 4 Jotun blood, again, just from a couple of mobs out there. So let's go ahead and summon another villager. We're doing back-to-back as often as we possibly can. Okay, so I'm just planning out the next few steps in my head. So once the cottage is built, we're going to need beds. Beds need thatch. We have a storage of thatch right here. So let's grab as much as we can. In fact, let's grab a sled too. That will more than double the amount that we can carry. Unless I left it in Nithafeklik, in which case, screw that. Nope, it's right here. Alright, only 1 step left of the cottage, so before they finish it and then bugger off, I want to start the next build, and it's going to be a barracks, but it's going to be the improved barracks, because that will allow our warriors to train up until level 100, or whatever their max is. Sometimes it's over 100. I actually don't know why, and I've never really paid attention to that, but sometimes it is. Also, my villagers have just buggered off, so exactly what I didn't want to happen, but I blame the berries. So improved barracks, we will put it next to the outpost, obviously, because we want our warriors front and center and in harm's way. If anything comes to attack the outpost, the warriors will sense them, see them, and then go and attack. Now, it shouldn't take too long to build because we do have a couple of carpenters who have been producing refined wood for a couple of days now. So we should have a small stockpile, hopefully enough to get this up and running sooner rather than later. Over here in the cottage, let's put down a couple more beds, and then we already have most of the thatch we need. I'll probably have to take one more trip back to get some more, but then we'll be able to assign a bunch of people over here, and that is just going to help ramp up the speed in which we get these builds up and running. Let's also tidy this up because I cannot abide it clipping through the floor like that. Next thing I want to build is a watchtower, and this will have two functions. Firstly, yes, it's going to offer defense against attacks, but also I'm hoping the archer here will instigate attacks by shooting at mobs that are perhaps a bit too far away to aggro naturally, because the more mobs we can keep on farm, the more Jotun blood we will get in return, so it's really a win-win situation. No, I feel like you guys are going to make fun of me for this. It's not in line, and it's making my soul a little itchy, so I'm going to cancel the barracks build and then just redo it slightly forward so that all of these are in line. We'll have the barracks, the watchtower, and the outpost in a nice straight line. And I apologize to anyone who doesn't care about this stuff. It matters to me. Okay, with that complete non-emergency out of the way, let's go ahead and reassign two of our new Asgard warriors to come live out here. They will come here and default to builders until that barracks is up and running, but that is fine because we could do with the builders out here anyway. They won't be going backwards and forwards from New Asgard so much. That will eliminate travel time and make the builds go that much faster. I thought I saw something. Oh yeah, there it is. There is a sneaky little white skulking around. Since I've re-killed a bunch of the followers and a bunch of the whites today, I'm going to gamble that we're not going to get another spawn, at least another spawn so close to the outpost. So I'm going to run back and deliver these hardwood long sticks to the carpenter. I don't think we need them. I think we do have quite a lot of hardwood at New Asgard anyway, but I do want to take the sled back with me, and I want to bring back as many of the posts or beams or whatever it is that the barracks needs for stage 2 of the build, which does use that refined wood. Still no archer, and I really am quite desperate for an archer, but Enno here does have mighty vigor, which will give them a little bit of extra strength and make them a slightly better warrior. I'm kind of a bit overloaded on warriors right now. I really need those archers. Seeing that woodcutter's perk though, that did make me think it might be worth moving the woodcutter's hut here to where all the birch is. Then that way our woodcutters here can just chop down a birch, and then our warehouse worker right here will grab it straight away. That will make the carpentry production chain that much more efficient. So there we go, and now watch me completely forget to ever assign someone to it. Oh my gosh, they are back again already, and I just left. That is some really fast respawning. I had no idea. Honestly, I had no idea it would be this quick for a respawn. Oh, no, I guess it only takes 3 for this step, not to worry. There's Ori just standing around. How are you doing, actually, by the way? Small happiness decrease and work anxiety. Work anxiety certainly makes sense. Also a little bit hungry. That makes sense again, since we are not shipping food in yet. And that's probably something we should tackle next, if they're going to survive out here. So let's start off by building... Actually, let's start off by taking care of the white that's going to blow up my bloody sled. Go away! Let's move this somewhere a bit safer. Okay, take 2. Let's start off by building a cooked food storage so we can ship some food in. Okay, so we got a tool and weapon storage as well as an arrow storage. Now, I need to put down a broken metal parts storage too. I'm not too sure the best way to use this. I feel like it's going to be an absolute nightmare shipping back broken parts and shipping back in replaced tools and weapons. I'm sure there's going to be an easier way to do it, maybe with a workshop. Another jumpy boy, holy moly. Oh god, I'm punching him. Oh my god, he's swiping me back and his fists are way bigger than mine. Look at my health though. Ow, again. Oh god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die right now, aren't I? Oh my god, that sucked. Oh, he dropped 3 Jotun blood though. I deserve that. Here's a good idea for the outpost sat right next to a demon-infested spire. How about we put down a healer's hut? Hello, Enno. Welcome. Alright, I want to empty out the sled and head back to New Asgard and then summon our next villager, ASAP. Again, we just need all the hands we can get our hands on. Something like that. Ask and you shall receive, and it's Hjel. Of course it's Hjel. Hjel, hero of the first Blood Moon Horde in Gates of Helheim and eventual chieftain of the village when the series ended, if you didn't know. Okay, let's load up with this refined wood and go finish the bloody barracks off, hey? Bear? No! No! That is the worst timing. If I leave my car here, the smokers will eat it. If I leave it at the outpost, the whites or the jumpy boys will smash it. Okay, I have to come over here. I have to leave it. I have to empty it out. Just press X. Just press X to empty it. Now, where's the bloody bear? Oh, that is... Oh my god, that is as far away as it could possibly be. Ah, this game. It does it on purpose, I swear. Wow, wild animals really do not like my fire runestone, do they? I didn't realise the shield could block the bear's charge either. I'm actually getting more and more fond of them. The shields, that is, not the bear charges. Whew, that is a lot of meat, a lot of leather and pelts. You also get the heavy pelt, which is new for the last update. It allows you to craft the heavy pelt cape, which is a fantastic back piece. You do need the tier 2 leather worker for that, so nothing we can do right now, but handy to have on hand for when we can. We have 1.5 minutes until the next villager is summoned. It's also 7:30, 8 o'clock in the evening, so we might get a blood moon tonight. I don't think we'll get a blood moon tonight because we've had a bear attack today, and I don't think you get 2 events in the same day. I could be wrong on that though. But just out of safety, I want to stay in New Asgard at least until 10:30 to make sure nothing bad happens. What is going on with the fishermen? It looks like something bad is currently happening to them. Are they stuck on something? Are you stuck on these sticks? Oh, you need bait. Why do you need bait? Just make it yourself. What on earth is your problem? Alright, here you go. That should keep you happy. Next time, just do it your bloody self. Go grab some berries. Or use some of the fish that you're catching to make the bait. Anyway, that has given me an idea. I know I'm getting distracted here, but we should put down a second fisherman's hut because we are running a tad low on soup, I've noticed. And it might just be because this guy has been standing around for a couple of days with his thumb up his ass. But we do have 42 villagers and about 30 of those live in New Asgard. 30 is about the time that you do want to start having additional sources of food, especially fish or meat. I think the farm is fine for now, so yeah, we'll just start with another fisherman's hut and we'll see how it goes over the next couple of days. Alright, let's bring in villager number. I don't even know, I've completely lost count. Again, no archers. Come on, game. Hendrik, I guess, just has slightly better perks. I swore I would never use the draw knife again. I swore after the Aska Alone series, the villager free playthrough where I had to do this for almost an entire episode. I swore I would never use the bloody draw knife again, but we are 1 piece of refined wood short. My carpenters are asleep, so yes, I'm just going to get it done. I'm just going to suck it up, use the draw knife, get this piece of wood refined, and then head on over to Jotunheim and finish off this next step of the barracks. As soon as we get that up and running, the safer the outpost will be and the better I will feel for it. Take this bloody thing back. I never want to touch it again. Whew, okay, there it is. Done. Let's go ahead and reassign the warriors that were in New Asgard. Let's reassign them here, and we will leave Enno as a builder because he has 0 training, and we'll need a builder here in order to do build projects, obviously, but also to repair any buildings that get damaged. And I have a feeling some buildings will be getting damaged throughout our stay here. Wow, every time I have come back this episode, we have more followers, we have more whites. I am kind of shocked at how fast these guys are respawning. So with that in mind, the next thing I want to do is I want to come over to the cottage and I want to assign Hjell here. So Hjell can come out and live. Then we'll focus on getting the watchtower up and running, and that's where he will be stationed. He will just add support, you know, as the whites, as the followers start coming towards the outpost. He can get a couple shots off. And also, he can actually pull them close. The ones that are outside of normal natural aggro range, he could possibly shoot them to aggro them, thus increasing the amount of Jotun blood we're able to farm. So rather than waste time shipping in all the resources we need, it's just sticks and log sticks. I can run over to the trees over here, the fir trees, and I can just lop them down. It's going to be super fast, not really a problem. And at some point, I might end up shipping out some basic resources out here, logs, long sticks, that sort of thing, once the outpost is a little bit more established. But for now, I'm going to just help out with these emergency builds, get it up and on its feet, and then once it's able to sort of like sustain and defend itself, that's when we can start messing around with the logistics. So the last thing I want to do is start shipping in goods, only to have the sleds or carts eventually destroyed by wayward followers. And here is our healer set. I've honestly only ever built them for housing bonuses and my own personal emergency use. Okay, yeah, so there's room enough for 2 people. So we're definitely going to want to have a day and a night worker here eventually. I'm not going to assign any of my builders to this just yet. I do want them to focus on the builds that we have queued up. But yes, we are absolutely eventually going to have 2 people working here. Because, yeah, I foresee a lot of black eyes and potential broken bones in the future here. And just to support the very point I just made, we have 2 more green jumpy boys have spawned since I've been here. Oh my goodness. Here is our barracks worker helping out. That's good. They aggroed onto the jumpy boy when he came close enough. This is exactly how I want it to work. Ah, that made me jump, although I kind of knew there were 2. I think I just said there were 2. Pay attention, Bucky. What was I saying? Oh yeah, this is exactly how I want this to work. The jumpy boys are coming in close. We just need more warriors, more archers, better armor. Let's get on that. Hey, I was busy. That was very, very rude. You know, I was just on my way back to New Asgard when I realized I haven't checked in on Nithafeklik this entire episode, this entire year even. And although I haven't had any warnings, which makes me think everything's going fine, it also could mean everyone has died and I don't even know yet. Okay, so here we are. Things are still operational. I want to check the food supply. Kindly excuse me, but what the heck? 148 soup? 148 soup and a whole rack of meat. Are you kidding me? Nithafeklik has more food than New Asgard. I should be shipping food out of here, not out of my capital. You know what? You know what? That is exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to put a few builds on here. I'm not going to stick around to build them. This isn't a Nithafeklik episode after all. This is an unexpected surprise, and we absolutely need to take advantage of this absolute bounty of meat soup. Oh, that took all day. But guys, look, I come bearing gifts. Okay, so let's go ahead and give Linnea here the heavy linen chest piece and the rough iron helmet. And Ori again, heavy linen chest piece and iron helmet. That is going to give them so much more survivability when they're fighting the followers. If you get chain stunned by the followers' swipey swipe attack, or it lands the heavy AoE on you a couple times and you don't have armor, it will wreck your day. So now that these guys are kitted out with at least some basic armor, they're going to have a lot more survivability. And that is going to be really, obviously, very, very important in an outpost surrounded by things that want to rip your face off. Speaking of things that want to rip your face off, here comes the follower. And there goes our warrior. So yes, she got alerted to it. That is good to see. Let's see how she does though. I don't know if she is actually blocking it or if she's taking the hits to the face. Either way, it doesn't look safe or fun. Okay, she managed to get it through the fence. Yeah, that's fine. We will need a second archer, I think, because currently Hjell is only working daytime. Oh, yeah, and you can see by her health bar, she did take a third of her health as damage, but with the iron helmet and that heavy linen chest piece, that probably saved her from... Oh, bloody another follower. They're spawning faster than rabbits. Ow, he caught me off guard. I'm panicking. I am doing so badly right now. Okay, so my warriors just bailed me out, which honestly, that's what you want to see. That is what this outpost is for. They're going to be fine. They are clearly more capable than I am at this point. Anyway, that's it for today's episode. Jotunheim, our Jotun Blood farming outpost, is up. It is running, and to be completely honest, it is already far exceeding my expectations. I think I've gotten more Jotun Blood today from harvesting followers than I've gotten farming deposits in previous episodes. So yes, this is going to work, and I'm so happy to see that our defenders here are capable of handling this constant, relentless respawn. Speaking of which, there's another one. I couldn't have planned that better if I tried. There is still more to do. We'll get to it in the next episode. I'd like to finish the wall, build some more towers, and maybe even put down another barracks on the other side of the outpost for that better coverage. But yeah, things here are off to a fantastic start, and I'm pretty confident we will soon have more Jotun Blood than we can handle. Now, before I do my usual outro, I do have some exciting news. To celebrate hitting 2,000 subs, yay! I have reached out to the Aska community managers over on their Discord, and they were kind enough to give me 3 keys for the game, which I will be giving away. For anyone unfamiliar with the game, it is only available on Steam, and so the keys will be Steam keys only, so please just keep that in mind. And I think I have to put this disclaimer that YouTube are in no way affiliated with this. It's just me getting keys from the devs, handing them out to you guys. For a chance at grabbing one of these keys, then all you have to do is just leave a comment below, and I will use a random comment picker, or, ooh, you know what, maybe I could use the random bullshit wheel. To choose a winner on Friday, April 18th, 2025. All I ask is that you please just make your comments relevant to the video. Don't just write free key, please, thanks. There's no catch or anything. You do not have to be a paid member. You don't even have to be a subscriber for a chance at nabbing a key. Just leave a relevant comment below, and once chosen, I'll respond to the winners and update the description with their handles for transparency and for everyone to congratulate. And that's it. So thank you all so much for watching. If you've enjoyed your time here, then please consider grabbing a sub, dropping a like, or leaving a comment. And if you haven't already, you can check out one of my many guides or other adventures by clicking on one of the videos on screen now, and I'll see you next time. Cheerio.